Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Toy of the Day. We are now going into week 4. This is day 22, and I had one hell of a weekend. We found Transformers, we found Spider-Man, we got Marvel Retros, we got Jar Jar Binks, we got some Fortnite stuff. I mean, it's raining toys. Love the first of the year when they put stuff out. So I guess we're going to take a look at Into the Spider-Verse Marvel Legends wave. So it's the first wave of Spider-Man's from Hasbro, and it's a pretty good wave. I'm not going to lie. It's a pretty good wave. I don't think it's perfect necessarily. I think there are a couple small issues that I had with them, but as a whole, I think it's one of the more solid waves that they've done in a while. But it's not without its issues. So let's take a quick look at who's in the wave. So we get 2 comic characters in this wave. So we get Frogman and we get a hand ninja. And Frogman comes with a backpack. He has alternate hands. So he's got grippy and he can do both fists or both grippies. It's based on the Dr. Ock body. It's got the fun little springs on the bottom of his feet. You can kind of see the Dr. Octopus there. You can see like where the tentacles would go in. He's got the little eyes inside, so you could tell this is a guy wearing a costume. And I think overall, I think it's just a fun figure that I don't think we ever thought we'd get in figure form. So I think that's one of the highlights for him. The other comic character, minus the Build-A-Figure, is the Hand Ninja. And they finally did something really smart. We don't have to buy 7 Spider-Man and end up with a bunch of Build-A-Figure parts that we don't need to army build. So this Hand Ninja, or vice versa, or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Hopefully soon we'll get him on Pulse at the $15.99 range. This Hand Ninja came with I gotta dig it out. So he came with alternate hands, so you can have kind of like the claw kind of fighting hands. He also came with a sword that can go in the sheath on the back, right there. And I don't know what these things are called, but he came with 2 of these. Ninja fighting weapons is kind of what I'm used to saying. And it's a really nice army builder. He's going to look really good with Elektra. He'll look really good mixed in with the G.I. Joe Cobra Ninjas, the Red Ninjas. So I think just overall, it's a great figure. Supposedly it's built on some of the Doctor Strange stuff. So I don't mind part reuse when it comes to this. Same thing with the Frogman. The other comic book character in this wave is the Build-A-Figure, and he's not together. So this is our Stiltman. Oh, I had him up here. He goes down here. So Stiltman, this is the extra part. This comes with the Hand Ninja. So if you get a bunch of Hand Ninjas, you get a bunch of leg extensions, and they pop off at the bottom there, so you can connect all the way down. I think after you get about four total, I think he starts to kind of wobble. I don't think he really stands on his own. The plastic, it's pretty rigid, so I'm surprised. But I mean, the connection points down here, I'm sure that's where it starts to wobble. He does come with like an over the top piece here. The problem is it's got a peg that fits, and you can see I'm having some difficulty. There's a peg that fits in the back of his back that doesn't always stay in. So I wish there was like another connection point, but once you get it settled, but if you move him too much, it will pop off. But I think overall as a Build-A-Figure, I think where else are they going to go? We're not in the days of Sentinels anymore. You got to go to HasLab for that. But it does come with a stand that makes it a little easier to have him stand up. It does come with alternate hands, so you can have fists versus the open hands here. He does come with a laser gun techie kind of weapon. And he comes with, put him down, he comes with a briefcase, which all characters need to have. I kind of wish this was with the Hand Ninjas too, because I could use a bunch of these. All of our gangsters can have them. J. Jonah Jameson can have them. Parker can have them. And hopefully they'll do more of these. They'll use this over and over again, because inside of it, at least for this one, it comes with a removable money plate. This is not as detailed, surprisingly, as the G.I. Joe money plates that we've seen in the past. So I know it's a comic book version, but I would like to see some more realistic stuff. That would be kind of fun. So that's Dope Man. So that's the Build-A-Figure, actually. But I think what everybody was really excited about was the Into the Spider-Verse figures. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 5 Into the Spider-Verse characters. Spider-Man Noir and Spider-DR and Penny Parker have been in other places, not Penny herself, but the Spider Robot and Noir, but he didn't come with the hat. But you get one of the villains, which is the Prowler. You start to see the pinless joints in these, and my major complaint is that I've had with these figures, his cape plugs into the back too. The major complaint, the pinless look really good. So there's no pins visible in those joints. The problem is there is glue involved. And if you get the wrong figure, like I did with Falcon or Peter, the joints are frozen and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't heat it up to the point where you can work the joint enough to make it move. So while aesthetically they look good, they can cause some problems. Not all the time, but it's an issue. So just be careful with those. I really like the color scheme on him. It really pops. It's different enough from the old Prowler figure that it kind of, I like the gauntlets a lot. I think those are one of the better features. And I like the pink on the boots. It really pops. So I really like the color palette for this guy. This character, limited articulation, but it's got a ball jointed head. So you get Spider-Ham. Now the problem is he can look down just fine and stand just fine. But if he looks up at any of the characters, he's top heavy, so he topples over. So you might need the stand. I don't know if the stand works for him. I haven't tried it yet. Not really. The peg holes aren't deep enough for him, and it's kind of big. But he does start to kind of, you can see he starts to topple over when he's trying to stand on his own. So just be careful with him. Some tacky stuff might help him stand up. But he's different than the comic book one we saw in the Venom Wave a couple years ago. And I picked up the riders, the little mini riders, because I thought that Spider-Ham was, but this one's a little bit bigger, a little more in scale with the rest of them. So he's a nice addition. And he comes with Spider-Gwen. I think these really kind of, she's too bright. Let's see if we can get the light down a little bit so she's not as bright. The detail work on her face sculpt and her head sculpt is really nice. They didn't mess up this time. So when you take off the head and take off the hoodie, when you put on her alternate head, slips inside, the hoodie's there. So you've got her. She's just too bright. So I think the ballet slippers are molded in, and then we're going to see those feet again on Jean Grey, at least from the initial pictures in the X-Men wave coming out later this year. Hopefully they correct that. But I think she's a really good version of Gwen. They even give her the little haircut that Miles assists her in getting, thanks to learning about his powers in the movie. And so there we go. So there she is. And then we'll do Peter next. So Peter probably has the most accessories of all the figures in the wave. His elbows, knees, and neck were pretty frozen for me, and it took a lot of working to get it moving. And even now, it's a little bit tight when I do move those joints. So that's what I'm saying, just be careful with them. But they seem more structurally solid. That's what Bill said. And I agree with him. I think they're more structurally solid, but some of them get frozen, and it's harder to work them when you can't get in there and clean them out at all. So he comes with an alternate head with the mask up, and you can pop that and put on the slightly dazed and aloof Peter B. Parker head. He comes with not only Dwight's jacket, but he also comes with his soda, so he can take a sip while he's talking to Peter. He comes with alternate hands. He's got a bunch of different hands. He's got fists in the gloves. He's got his thwip hands, as well as his human hands. Not human hands, but ungloved hands, I guess. So there's a lot of accessories with him. And finally, the last one in this wave is Spider-Man himself. He comes with alternate hands, so he's got both TWIP hands or he's got 2 fists. Comes with an unmasked head. He's got a little bit of a concerned look. I don't know if you guys can tell. Let's see if we can refocus. There we go. There we go. That works. So he's got a little bit of a sad look on his face. I wish it was a little bit more either neutral or excited, but he's got that worried look on his face. But alternate head. Just so you know, this freaked me out. They're using a different kind of head. So this head comes with the peg already installed in it. And I just freaked out because I thought I broke it on camera. But once you get it placed in there, there we go. So he's got his head. Now, the legs are great. Sneakers look really good. My MayFX version of him comes later this week. And so you're limited into the look with both him and Peter because you can't take off the jacket, even though it's 2 separate pieces, which is a really nice touch for him. I like the detail on that with the hoodies that kind of mesh together. But you're limited in what kind of like look you have for him. But I think this is one of the best looks for him. And I can see in Wave 2 a non-jacketed version of him, a non-jacketed version of Peter, Spider-Man, Nora, maybe a Penny. And so there's options for a Wave 2. I think we're all clamoring for a Wave 2 because we can get maybe a Tombstone or a Kingpin or a Liv, a Doc Ock from the movie. So I think there's a lot of options for Wave 2 even before the next movie comes out. So hopefully we'll see another wave. We'll go into the Spider-Verse again. I grabbed these at Target. Our favorite person, Mike's Comics and stuff, Mike's Toys and Stuff. We should be getting these soon, so you can hit him up for those. But they should be hitting wide very shortly. Some people already got them online, but I was able to pick up the whole wave at Target here in Connecticut. So overall, really solid wave, a really great way to start off the year. And with some adjustments, I think this could have been 100%. I think maybe we're looking at like 90, 80, 85. But yeah, I think they really hit it out of the park with, a good wave for the movie, which it really deserved. So I'm happy they took their time, gave these unique sculpts and got us some options. So join us tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to be, but we'll be back tomorrow for day 23, 22, 20. Yeah, 23. I can't count. We're just getting so high. Check out our top 10 list on Adventures in Collecting's podcast. We'll put a link to that on the website. And we're going to do our State of the Union tonight on our podcast. So make sure to check that out later tonight. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.